Hello and welcome to my October 2025 empties. I've got lots of things in here in no particular order. Here is a little travel sample. This is a Laneige Cream Skin Serapeptide Refiner. And this is something that I've used for many years, and it's like changed many versions. I got this little mini, I bought it from Yes Style, and I think I've decided, as much as I like this kind of thing for the convenience, I really need to just decant something from a bigger bottle into something small, because this was like $3.30, and that's a little, audacious when I think about how much cheaper it would be to just put stuff in my own bottles. That was also very loud. Along the same lines, this Purito Wonder Relief Centella Serum Unscented. This is a Centella serum that I've used many times. I bought a mini of it on Yes Style also. And again, I just think getting these little minis, it's like it always sounds nice for travel. And I did use these to travel, but I do feel like it would just be so much more economical to just decant stuff into travel bottles. So I'm going to try to do more of that. This is the Prequel Foot Rescue Advanced Restorative Treatment with urea, salicylic acid, malic acid, and petroleum. This is nice, but I wish it was, I feel like I much prefer like a really thick foot cream as opposed to a balmy, like this is more like a balmy ointment kind of thing. So I need to add like a little bit of cream to it to make it feel like it's really hydrating me. But otherwise it's a nice product. I don't need to like rush out and get this again. And actually I'm currently using another one I had, which was Beekman from FabFitFun. So that's what I'm using now. This is the Frostbeard Studio Crumpets Eggnog Candle, Vanilla Cream, Cardamom, and Rum. I feel like I don't remember a whole lot about this scent other than like it smells really nice, but I don't feel like it was like my favorite of all time or anything. This is, however, my favorite candle company of all time. And I'm currently burning a reading in the cafe back there from this company, which is Coffee and Chocolate Pastry. Highly recommended. I finished up another one of these Naturium fragrance-free biolipid restoring body lotion. I quite like this one. It's a 14-ounce bottle. It comes with a pump top, which is absolutely necessary. My only issue with this is because it's very thick. Like there's quite a bit that gets stuck at the end that you can't get out. So you can kind of see it down in there. And I dumped it out as long as I could, and then I get kind of tired and don't want to deal with it anymore. And I know I could cut this bottle open, but I just don't do that. So I'm still kind of looking for my perfect lotion. This is the Hydrating Foaming Oil Cleanser from CeraVe. I quite liked this one, and I'm actually using another bottle of it now because when I bought this from Ulta quite a while back, like over a year ago, I ordered it with a CeraVe, their ointment, the healing balm, and they sent me an expired one, and so when I asked for a replacement, they sent me another one with another one of these. So I got a second one of these for free, so that was really nice. But the new balm they sent me was also expired, so I ended up just giving up, and I still don't have one of those. But I have Aquaphor and stuff, so it's fine. This is the EcoTools Deep Clean Makeup Brush and Sponge Shampoo. I have gone through a zillion of these for many years. This formula has adapted over the years. I love that it's fragrance-free now. This is a 6-ounce bottle, and my new replacement bottle is 8 ounces. And they even make a 16-ounce bottle now, but it actually takes me a really long time to use that up. So I feel like a 16-ounce bottle might go bad on me. Gold Bond Pure Moisture Daily Body and Face Lotion. I like this one. I think I got it for like road travel more than anything. If it's like a little bit big, it wouldn't work on a plane or anything. But in general, like Gold Bond moisturizers are really nice. I like a lot of them. Another Prequel balm. This is the Skin Utility Balm. And basically, I think I just bought too many of these at once. And so I have kind of used up all of my Prequel balms and ointments and whatever now, but I don't need to rush out and get any of them again. This one's largely, like I have Aquaphor, so it's kind of the same sort of thing, but otherwise it was nice. Strati Interface Peptide Cream. This is kind of my main moisturizer I try to buy consistently. Really like it, and it's kind of a powerhouse like peptide serum. with growth factors, and so I try to make this my most frequent. It is not like heavy enough for winter, so I do get other creams to put on top of it, but this is kind of my main moisturizer, and I feel like it's doing some, you know, powerhouse anti-aging for me without using scary things, I guess. So that's a really good one that I go back to a lot. This is the Mad About Skin Protect and Hydrate Sunscreen. I tried so hard. Like, I feel like I love Mad About Skin's advice, and so I've bought several of his products, and I haven't found anything that I truly love. I really wanted to love this sunscreen. It's a really good deal, but it does end up being kind of like it stays wet and tacky. It doesn't really dry down. So I just don't find it to be as like cosmetically elegant. I'd much rather use my Korean sunscreens, unfortunately. So I don't see me getting that again. And then this is one of my favorite hand creams. This is the Biossance Squalane and Omega Repair Hand Cream, and I'm using up another one of these now. This is another product I've bought a million of. I don't like it quite as much as the Skin Fix, which is what I've stocked up on this year. So this was kind of the end of last year's stock up of Biossance hand creams. I have another candle in here. This is the Trader Joe's. There was like a 3-pack. This is the Falling Leaves scent. And I liked these, and I liked this scent. And that one you can see burned all the way down. I'll show you another one here in the other bin that did not. So I had to give up on this one. This is the Spiced Pear, and it just, like, the wick would not light and burn that wax anymore. It just goes out because it just, something about it just isn't quite right. So I'm giving up on that one, but that was a Spiced Pear. Those all smelled really good. It came in a trio. Here's the Skin Fix Eczema Plus Dermatitis Relief Balm. So when I was having all of my eyelid dermatitis issues last year and found out that I was allergic to nail glue. So for a long time I didn't realize I was allergic to nail glue, and I was having all these issues, and I was trying everything. And so that's why I bought this dermatitis relief balm from Skin Fix. And I like a lot of things from Skin Fix. They make my very favorite hand cream of all time, but they are very expensive, and some things just don't live up to the expectations, and I feel like this is one of those things. It was fine. I ended up using this up more as just like a night moisturizer, but I feel like when my skin's really irritated, like I had a pretty bad face rash the last few weeks, and I didn't want to use this kind of thing. I ended up always opting for the Crave Great Barrier Relief, because I know that one's going to soothe me. And when I put on something like this, I would expect it to be soothing, and it really wasn't. It was like a good moisturizer, but it wasn't really soothing anything. So I was super excited about the 5% colloidal oatmeal in here, but I didn't feel like I really got any relief from it. So I don't plan on getting this again. This is a Nabuzin 5+ Vitamin Concentrated Serum Brightening Antioxidant. I think this is the second bottle I've used up. So this is kind of my main antioxidant serum these days. I also just did my NIAID order for the year, so I got 4 Survival Zeros to get me through all of next year. So that's my other antioxidant serum I'm big on. And I've kind of given up on like a regular vitamin C. I feel like this is as close as I get to it, because I really just cannot handle the smell of a vitamin C serum. Like, I'm too scent-averse. I can't do it. This is the Tower 28 Make Waves Mascara. This is the jet black one. This particular tube was from FabFitFun, and this has been my favorite mascara for a while, but I think I have to come to terms with the fact that I need to not get this anymore, because it really does flake on me pretty bad. And so, like, a lot of times at the end of the day, even though it looks really pretty going on, my lashes will still look nice, but I'll have like little black mascara flakes. Say hello to my vacuum cleaner if you can hear her in the background. That's Rosie doing the cleaning. And she's done. Okay. So that is why I'm planning on getting something else. I am currently using the Thrive one, or a Thrive one, and it's also from FabFitFun. The Cynic Enjoy Super Mild Sun Essence I've used like probably 200 of these at this point. Clearly a constant repurchase. I'm very well stocked on those right now. So this is exciting. This is my one makeup use up for the month because these Ilia Eye Stylish Shadow Sticks only last for 6 months. And I was really bummed that they only last for 6 months, but it is a nice formula. However, I love this color. So the color is like the biggest reason I wanted this. And we are down to the very end, but is that not absolutely beautiful? I love colors like this, and they can be really hard to find since I'm allergic to like 99% of eyeshadow. So I was really happy with this. However, this is like $32 retail price. And you know, you can find a lot of sales on Ilia. So when I bought this, I bought it from Sephora, and I did pay full price, but I got it with a freebie one, which was a miniature bronze of the same type of eyeshadow stick. And that one, unfortunately, it was a really pretty color, but that one broke on me before I had a chance to use it up. I think I could have used it up, but it broke on me. So I did use this up, and I did love it, but it does have some issues, and especially by the end of the day, like it would be kind of like flaking off of my eyelids. Now, some of that might be because my eyelids are really dry, but for that reason, and especially because of the expense and the fact that it only has a 6-month shelf life, I don't necessarily recommend it, but it was, I mean, as you can see, that is very gorgeous. So I don't dislike it, but I don't know that I will buy it again. Honestly, I probably will, because I really am a sucker for Ilia things. But there's some drawbacks. I was also just really excited to finish that, and I think it's the only makeup product other than the mascara that I have in here currently. This is technically a November empty because I finished it this morning. This is a La Roche-Posay Lipikar Daily Repair Moisturizing Lotion. It's a pretty thin, light lotion, but somehow it's still deeply moisturizing. So I absolutely love this because it comes with the pump and everything. Like most of it comes out with the pump because it's thin enough that works out, whereas like with the Naturium, like a lot of it gets stuck at the bottom. But yeah, I really loved this. This could be a contender for like long term. I'm kind of like looking for like one thing to stick with. I also would really like something with like some anti-aging type of benefits maybe, but that's hard to find when you're also looking for like fragrance-free, super sensitive, skin friendly. So I liked this one a lot, especially because of the pump. Anything with a pump, I always like it more. I really loved this Dove Cinnamon Pumpkin Pie hand wash, and like hand wash is basically the last place I can use any fragrance. I've pretty much given up fragrance body wash at this point because my skin doesn't like it. So this is like the only place I get it. And this Cinnamon Pumpkin Pie smells really good. I'm currently on the chai one right now, which is also really nice. Another one of our CeraVe anti-dandruff hydrating shampoos. This has been working really nicely. I buy it for my husband, and then I alternate it also with the Morocco Method Sea Essence shampoo that I've been using for like a decade. Panoxyl Acne Creamy Wash. This is the 4%. I also am trying I'm going to try the 10% next, but this has been really nice for body acne. The only issue with this, I wish it came in a big bottle because it just comes in these little 6-ounce tubes. So I feel like if I use this as body wash consistently, I'd be done with it in like a week or two. So I mostly use the CeraVe. I'm using like a CeraVe salicylic acid as my main body wash. And then I use this like interspersed, but they're both good for body acne. This, I think, is the thing that gave me the face rash. So I literally used this twice. And the second time I used it, it gave me a big old rash like around my mouth. So I think I must have gotten like too much in a spot or something, and I had to go get medicine, and it took about 2 weeks to heal. So not using this again. So this is a declutter. It was on sale. This was a FabFitFun item, and I think they were clearancing it out because I don't see it on the website anymore. But yeah, this was definitely too strong for me. So that's just a declutter. And while I was having that sensitive skin freak out, I finally decided to give up on this. I don't know what it is in here, but there is something in this Anua Heartleaf Soothing Toner that my skin doesn't like, and it feels kind of like drying and itchy when I put it on. So I tried really hard. I got that far, and I really wanted to try to persevere and use this up. But I'm like, I have several toners. Like, why am I like making myself use this thing that's uncomfortable? And especially with like all the things that were going on when I started using this, I was just like, no, we're gonna let it go. So these two are declutters. And here's another declutter. This was the lip product I wanted to use up this month, and it just didn't happen. So this is the Fruit Fetish Black Cherry Vanilla Lip Oil. I love this formula, and I actually quite like everything about this. I like the scent, the cherry vanilla scent is really nice, and I think it's a super pretty color. It's like vampy, but because it's sheer, it's like a socially acceptable vampy, which is really nice. So it's like, I love everything about it, and yet when I tried to use it up, I couldn't, and this is why. So I could keep going on this, and I've decided to let it go because we're at a year, so it's officially expired. But there's a couple reasons. Well, what I figured out is if I get something fruit scented, I can really like a fruit scent, but because I drink coffee in the morning, I really need like gourmand flavored things like vanilla, chocolate, caramel, that kind of scent. And if I have like a fruity scent, it conflicts with my coffee, so then I never want to wear it. So then a lot of times those sorts of products that are fruit scented, I tend to use up at home. But because it's like a very strong tint, I never want to wear it at home. I tend to just wear like the fruity stuff that's clear. So because it didn't really fit either part of my day, I just was finding it hard to like find a time to wear this. And I have so many lip products that I am going to let this one go. But it actually is really nice, and it looks really nice on. I think it's really pretty. I like it a lot. But I also have some other kind of like light greigey black lip balms that I can use that don't have fragrance. Like I've been using the Mob Beauty one that's like kind of a clear black gloss with sparkles in it, and that one's fragrance free. So I can get a very similar type of look, but without the fruity fragrance. So that one has been better for like wearing to work. And I just have to make sure it's, you know, sheared out enough that it doesn't look scary. This is one of David's eczema relief lotions. I think he goes through about 2 of these a month, so this has been a long time constant repurchase. And then this is the Beekman 1802 Milk Drops Probiotic Ceramide Serum. This is actually only like ½ an ounce of serum, so it's a FabFitFun purchase. It's like a FabFitFun add-on, and I think it was around $8 each, but they're only like a ½ ounce of serum. And I got 2 of these at once, so it's basically like I was buying like a 1 ounce bottle of serum. So this is the second one that I've used up, and I actually really do like this product. And I will say that while my skin was really sensitized, this is one of the few things I could put on it, so that was really nice, and I used it up in that way. Like I used it pretty consistently the last couple of weeks and used it up because it's only ½ an ounce of product. But when I think about the fact that this is ½ an ounce of product, so I'm going to go through it pretty fast. And then there's things like I've currently got my Prequel Ceramide, like the really nice milky toner open, and that's like 5 ounces. So it just doesn't make sense to buy products like this when products like that exist. But I will say this was really nice, and I do really like it. I also weirdly really like the smell of this for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes Beekman products can smell kind of milky and weird, but this one smells nice for some reason to me. All right, we're getting down to a couple of sad declutters. I am getting rid of a few eyeshadows that I know are irritating my eyes. I just have like the world's most sensitive eyes. So sadly, I'm getting rid of this Rabanne eyeshadow, which is sad because I love it. It's very, very beautiful. I got this one when it was half price at Ulta. And then these are some Half Magic shades. Now, why I didn't figure out I was allergic to this formula before I bought 3 shades. There is that. But I am letting these go because I'm just at this point where I'm like, I need to get rid of things that are not serving me. And it doesn't do me any good to have eyeshadow that literally hurts my eyes. My eyes are just insanely sensitive, which is why sometimes I have to opt for products like this over this, because that's just how it is. My eyes are insanely sensitive. I use a lot of hypochlorous acid and eye drops and things, and that helps quite a bit. But I do have to look for really clean shadows, and that's one of the things that I've really had to kind of focus on lately, is just like, as much as like I think we can, you know, look at the marketing of clean beauty and know that we have to be careful about that message. Sometimes, especially for eyeshadow, I really need to look for clean beauty. Like that tends to be where I find things I can use. Now there are a lot of eyeshadows that are marketed as clean beauty that I cannot use. So I still have to read the ingredients and really pay attention, and not every formula marketed as clean is going to work. But it does tend to be where I can find things that I can use. I will also say that I just got the Kulfi Chandi Rot eyeshadow, and I was really excited about it, and it is super beautiful. But I was super bummed when I realized that it had a 3-month shelf life. So I am annoyed with things like this for having a 6-month shelf life, because I actually pay attention to the shelf life, because after that time I'm worried that I'm going to have eye irritation. But I have never seen anything with a 3-month shelf life before other than mascaras. So I was really disappointed, but it's beautiful and I love it, and I'm just going to try to wear it a lot for 3 months and then see how it goes after that. I'll probably keep it a little longer and just see, as long as I don't get eye irritation. But it makes me wonder, because I've been using Kulfi eyeshadows for years, the last couple of years. They haven't existed that long, but the last couple of years, and I've really loved them. And especially with Phytosurgents not shipping eyeshadow to the United States anymore, that was my favorite eyeshadow formula. So like the Kulfi had really taken over, and now I'm like, oh, are all my Kulfi eyeshadows expired? So we're just gonna see how it goes. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that at the moment. Thank you very much for watching my empties, and I'll see you soon.